I do not hear you, brother.
God damn it! I did it again. I did it again. I had like two jokes. Jesus Christ! I was like, damn, he's quiet. Happy Wednesday, my guy. Happy Wednesday. Thanks, Mrs.
Thank
Lee.
you.
Mrs. Lee, right on time. She said, "Y'all sound like a bunch of mute brothers in these streets."
Like we can't hear you. Oh man, but what's good, brother?
Man, hey, it's been a listen. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. This hour up shit. I don't think it's ever been this bad for me in my life. I'm usually back. Hey, it don't even be by the time Sunday come and go. By the time Monday hit, I'm usually good. Like I like this part of the year better than the fall part sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But
Uh-huh.
this week though, yeah, I can't catch up on it, man. Hopefully this weekend I can catch up on that hour, but I lost it and I never got it back, bro.
Ah man, it's been crazy like that, huh?
Trash, big trash, big trash. How you doing with daylight savings? Because you're an early waker anyway, though. So is there a big difference at all in your life?
Definitely.
Okay.
Transitioning now, brother. I mean, it's tough, and trying to get ahead of the day, trying to make sure I'm ready for everything. I have to get up earlier now because the days are longer at work. But yeah, it's been terrible. I've been tired all the time, just somehow pushing through, man. Somehow.
Yeah, man. When you're like a 4 a.m. dude, like last week, that 4 a.m. this week for you, bro. Three's a whole nother ball game, bro. You still up? It might still be up from last night.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely like that, and then a lot of people I speak to are saying the same thing, man. It is going to take some transition, and it needs
Mhm.
to happen fast because these days are not getting slower. I still got shit to do, so yeah.
Gotta love it. Sidebar. You think it has any coincidence with us happening to get older, or it's just a bad week for everybody?
Oh, it's definitely a blend. It's
It's a
definitely a
combination.
blend. Yeah, man.
Combination.
You mix an hour less with some years on it. Yeah, man. Them bones click different. Everything is heavier.
Nasty work. Nasty work. Quick question for you. Before we get to the couple of the big intro joints. Are you or were you ever a fan of anime?
Nah, not at all.
Nah, not even as young.
Nah.
Oh man. Well, anyway, man. The Dragon Ball Z guy, man. The creator, Mister. I want to say it correctly as much as I could. Akira Toriyama. He ended up having a brain tumor, passed away at 68.
Mm.
Condolences as well to the whole family, the anime community at large. But yeah, man, Dragon Ball Z. It was, I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't my very first one. I was a Sailor Moon guy way back when. Don't judge me. But yeah, man, that DBZ one that was tough. That was tough this week. I seen a lot of cool photos and montages this week because of that.
Oh man, it's always tough when you lose anybody, right? But when you got someone who had such a creative mind like that, it hits a little different.
Yeah, man, sad stuff. Sad stuff.
Yes, sir, man. As we continue to move through March, just real quick before I even get into that, got to acknowledge the people who are joining us. Shout out to Tanya, as always, SKL, only Mrs. Lee, appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody who's on any of the platforms YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, X. We appreciate you. It is continuing Women's History Month, man. And real quick, I want to shout out Diana Reyna. I'm not sure if I mentioned her on this podcast before. She is the former, I believe, deputy borough president for Brooklyn, and a member of the New York City Council from the 34th district. Did I bring her up already?
Not that I recall, sir.
Yeah. So we actually have a friend of mine who's a part of our Heritage of Latinx Alliance employee resource group. And she brought Diana in last week to talk about her journey and share some gems being a Latinx woman who has been rising up the ranks in politics and is doing a lot of really good work in the congressional unit. And I think one of the best lines that she dropped during the talk was making time for what we need to do. And if you follow our podcast, we talk about that a lot. We make time for the things that you really want to do in this life. And the fact that that came from someone like her who is in a industry in politics where time is of the essence. Sometimes you need a bill passed right away. You need certain things to move swiftly. And if you pay any attention to what's happening with politics, a lot of the times the sides don't get along. So for her to talk about the crucial importance of time and share her experience with everyone, it was priceless. Got a chance to actually meet her in person on Tuesday, and she's doing a lot of really good work with the congressional maps and everything that they're looking at as we get close to the 2024 election.
Damn. Politics, politics, politics. Shout outs to Brooklyn.
Yeah, man. Politics as usual. She's actually from Brooklyn too. Grew up in Williamsburg.
So, this local's got a real local, man. Something to look up to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. And also, this past Monday was the start of the holy month of Ramadan. So just want to send I want to recognize any of my friends and colleagues who are Muslim. They're definitely going to be celebrating throughout the year, whether they're fasting or just enriching people with the richness of their culture. We definitely made sure at our job that we created spaces for them to pray so that anytime that they need to, they have that space. And I recommend other companies do that as well. Y'all know I'm a big advocate of diversity, man. So you never know who you got working for you. And it just shows that you care.
That's for sure, for sure. But diversity and numbers always helps, because I have a very small office, but I don't think we have a designated area. If we did have someone who needed it, I'm pretty sure we'd be able to make accommodations. But as of right now, we don't have one on my side, unfortunately. I got to talk to management.
No doubt.
Earlier this week, man, I'll be remiss if I missed it. Baby sister, man, Christina. I can't even say baby sister anymore. Younger sister, Christina. You know what I'm saying. Also, shouts to Onyx as well. Good friend of the show, family as well. These two have the same exact birthday on the March 11th. Not only the same day, they even got the same exact year. So, shouts to them. I'm not here to share anybody's age, but you know what I mean. I let them know individually that they got a Patrick Ewing jersey on the way. You know what I'm saying? But no, I mean, shouts to them, man. Love them forever.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Funny story. And this is how Facebook snitches on you, yo. So I don't know what happened last month, but for some reason, Facebook said that it was Christina's birthday. So I'm there and I'm like, yo, something's off with this. Like something ain't making sense. And I'm usually really, really good with birthdays, but for some reason I was just in iRobot mode. I just saw something and I was like, up post. So I go ahead like the terrible uncle that I am at that moment, and I post happy birthday. So then I get done with my workout. I get back on social media and I see Christina go on Facebook and say, I don't know what Facebook talking about, but my birthday ain't in no damn February. It's in March. Blase, blah. So you know me, I try to be low. I try to run over to Instagram. Like,
we gotta delete that real quick.
Yeah, delete. And then I just get the side message like from Christina. Oh, Unc, not you, Unc. Really? I was like, damn.
Sometimes it's better to say nothing than to say something and be wrong, man.
I was like, oh man. So now Monday come, I'm like, I still double check, man. I
just in case. He said, I was about to send you a text.
That's a fact.
That's funny. I think I told you last week about my my first time ever mechanic story, right? Where I had to change a battery. First time I had to get gloves and shit. Dope, right? But that was my wife's car. Right? Over the weekend, baby girl, she's starting flag football. First practice. Dope. Get in the car, head out. Getting there, have 5 minutes away from the park, car dies. I'm like, damn. Now, for those who do speak car, I've been riding on the temp battery for at least 6 to 7 months. When my man put it in, he said, yo, you got about 45, 50 days tops. I was like, no doubt, cool. But hey, man, my baby been cranking on, no issues, no concerns. You know what I'm saying? But when it died over on this ride, I was like, you know what? As God telling me, yo, I got to change the battery on this bad boy, right? Call up the in-laws, save the day, drop the kids off at practice, catch the last 5 minutes of that. But I'm like, boom. I need you to take me to AutoZone. I know exactly what I got to do, right? Ran over there, get the battery, come back. Bro, I fixed this battery. I swapped this battery out in record time. and by record time, faster than the first one I did ever the week before. You know what I mean? So I get back in the car, try to crank it on, shit ain't go. I'm like, oh, it's not the battery. Oh. That was my big move, right? So I go back home, recollect my thoughts, speak to the missus. She's like, we'll try something again when I get home. All right, cool. Going back to the car, she's like, you still got a little bit of gas, a little reserve tank you got from that when you ran out of gas a couple months ago. I was like, I think I got a gallon in there, but my car said quarter tank. I should be aight on the gas. She's like, let's just see, Put the gas in. She's sitting in the car. I was like, oh, my baby's back. She's like, you've been without your car all day because you ran out of gas that was in your trunk. I was like,
wow.
I was like, I know why you're saying that, but shut up, bro. That's weird. Like, I don't need all that. I don't need that negative energy when my car's back. I got to go get gas, obviously. But long story short, man, don't believe everything your low light indicators say or don't say, because mine didn't come on. So now I know that shit don't work. But half a tank of better, man. Half a tank of better. Sorry about that, man. Sucks.
Yo, bro, I love you, man. Your
Me.
car is dangerously close to watching 3 generations of LeBron James grow up.
Hey, that's not a bad thing.
Your car is dangerously close to watch it. I'm telling you, man. Like if Bronny gives birth, if he has a baby in the next year or two, bro, your car has lived to watch LeBron James and his kids and their kid.
Like, my car watched LeBron James become a granddad. That's epic. That's gonna be wild. That's gonna be wild. But yeah, she older than my oldest kid. I brought them all home in that book.
Nah, man. But but listen, I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck a car note. This shit ain't cool. Trust me, I know. But yeah, man. I wish you the best out there in them streets, man. You risking your life every day you turn that engine on.
yo, I'm riding with 2 seatbelts. You know what I'm saying? They may not be clicked in, but I'm riding with 2 seatbelts. You know what I'm saying? They out there. Need them.
I feel you, man. All right, so we got a couple questions for everybody, man. Appreciate y'all joining in with us as well. Again, first question is, do you close the lid on the toilet? And I'm just jumping to that because I'm assuming you already put the seat down.
Oh yeah, big fan of the seat down. Always have since I was young, unfortunately.
Right.
Like, I grew up with a lot of females, so it was just customary. You know what I mean? If I wasn't at on Star House with all the daughters and the cousins there, at the home with moms, Christina was there. It felt like forever. It was just something I always had to do because I ain't want my little sister falling in the toilet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
no, yeah.
How about you? Are you a
no? But I'm asking, do you put the lid down, not just the seat? The whole thing, right? Thank you.
Yeah, the whole thing. I'm sorry.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, good. So I agree. I'm the same way, man. But it looks like my wife disagrees. My wife disagrees. She thinks that the lid should be up. She does not feel like when she goes into the bathroom that she should have to do work. It should already be there for her to use and then get up and then walk out.
Like, what's this 0.2 seconds on your day really costing you out of curiosity?
I'm trying, and you know what it is? And I know sometimes I can be a little OCD. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I asked, like, maybe I'm the only one out here just closing the lid. Maybe people like to see, hey, I want to make sure something's in the toilet so I don't open the lid and something jump out and surprise me. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand that. If you're triggered, I get it.
She might be triggered by a bad number 2.5 once, you know what I'm saying, when she opened it up and the flush didn't flush, you know. Exactly. She might be suffering some PTSD from that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But it seems to be an issue in the Lee household. It's like, why you gotta have the lid down? I'm like, why the hell it gotta be up? So this morning I noticed, just to spite me, she sat on the seat with her pants on with the lid up.
Whoa. You got pants exposed to the water?
Thank you. Right?
No one does that. That's blasphemy, bro. So now she's just toilet, but lid down always.
Yeah, so now she's just defying all the lid rules, all the toilet rules. I'm just like, this is blasphemy. Like, there's got to be rules to the toilet in the bathroom.
You're tricking your body into thinking something's happening when it ain't happening. You can't.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not. Nah.
Yeah, man. All right, man. I just and I'm looking in the chat. I only saw SKL say toilet seats never an issue. Okay, cool. But yeah, everybody, like, let me know. All right, because I think the lid should be down. You know what I mean? It should just be that way. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's just me.
I'm a lit down dude. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I second that. I second that motion. Let's down always. Like, just
Absolutely.
it's no benefit for the being out.
All
All right. So you know April coming up. You gotta get funny with it. Whether you buy a big ass toilet bowl or you just tape the shit down just cause whatever. You gotta
right.
just know she had some bad tacos the night before some shit and just tape the shit down. Like I don't know why it's not working. I don't know what happened.
That's my fear. It'll backfire, and I'll be the one that need that shit, and I can't get the lid up.
So I thought this was Elmer's glue. This was that monkey glue. This is that other glue. Oh man, yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that word.
And I can see her walking by like you should have left the lid up.
Question for you. You know when you was younger, right? You might have had a fire mouth amongst your friends when you was out in the streets, right? Say whatever you want.
Whoa! What you said? I might have had a fire mouth.
As far as vernacular cursing.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I'm with you now.
Oh, you took it to a pause time? Oh man, my bad. Shit. Jesus Christ! In hindsight, that sounds nuts. Oh my god. I have to edit this whole shit out. It's live. But when you was younger, you might have had you had no hair on your tongue. I don't know if that's any better. I don't know if that's any better. Everything sounds suspect now. Shit. But you cursed a lot when you was outside, but when you came in, it was like like a switch. You know, your home parents, you knew not to say anything crazy, right? I feel I have the same kind of mode now when I walk into the office. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, we all adults now, so the S word might fly out here and there, the F word, here and there. But I heard a word earlier this week at the office, and it made me like close up the top button on my shirt. I was like, oh god, like has anybody else heard that? Lady in the other room, like, she said mother effer, like the whole word pronunciated. It was all out. Like she said the whole thing, and I like kind of peeked up. Like, anybody heard that shit? I was like, yeah, that word's triggering at the office. I don't even like that. Like I'm looking for security that we ain't even got. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, do you have any triggering words in your office that you know of offhand?
Ooh. I got it. The first time I heard the C word at the job, that was crazy. Like that was crazy. Like somebody was just like this magnificent boom. Like I was like, what? Like, and it's always crazy. I don't know if anybody has ever experienced this, right? But in my old position, the first time that I heard my boss curse, I froze. Because you never expect that from the person who's the head of the company, right? You expect them to just
they got the most coof in the building, you know what I
mean? Right. Always have the most professional way to approach things, always keep everything very even keel, make sure everybody's calm. But I'll never forget this, man. This was like at least 5-10 years ago. I get on the Zoom and the first thing out the mouth was, you know what? I can't stand the M word. The one you just said. And everybody like, this is out the gate. Everybody looked up and was like, what?
I still got a full cup of coffee in my hand. Like, what happened? What happened? It must be a silly question to ask. I assume your boss was black?
No.
He wasn't black. Oh my God. That was a whole nother layer. Did he make it up the elevator? Like, he said nobody was hitting the money. Nobody was hitting the money. Everybody just went to HR that day. Everybody went to HR with a complaint that day. That was about it.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I mean, at the end of the day, we understood where it was coming from because, sometimes you deal with certain stuff and you got to express it, and he maneuvers that way. But that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
That's a good one. Office rhetoric is funny, man. This is I might be dating myself, but probably over 10 years ago now. I'm eating jerk chicken in the office, right? Tearing it down. My boss walks by me. What's that, Yardbird? And he kept walking. I was just like, what? I didn't know how to take the phrase for a second. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't know what that means, but it feels colored. It feels very colored at the moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't I didn't explode or anything. I was just like, I put the fork down at a minimum. I'm like, yeah, hold on. I pulled the phone out. You know what I mean? I typed it in. I was like, nah, it's like a type of chicken. You know what I mean? A wild festive chicken or some shit like that. I just like, oh, all right. Don't say that again. No, I ain't like that. The way it just rolled off too. I don't know. It was something about it that day. It didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? But
I feel
it's
you.
a real thing. It caught me off guard.
I feel you, man. I feel
God,
you.
bird.
All right, man. We're gonna step into the FCP Sports Corner real quick. Now, this first one, man. I mean, I really am interested in your take on this. Jake Paul is set to fight Mike Tyson July 20th on Netflix. What was your thoughts when you first heard this shit?
It's like, ain't Mike like 60? Like 62? Like, don't get me wrong. I've seen the clips, but the clips, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't seen a 3-minute clip. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, he still look fast. You know what I mean? I know 4K probably add an extra half a second to your speed. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need him in the ring no more, man. I've seen him smoke weed on camera. I don't need you in the ring anymore, bro. Like it's okay. Like if you do it and you keep it to yourself, that's one thing. But if you out here in 4K doing it too, it's just some athletic position you shouldn't be doing it. Like we would have felt different if we seen Michael Phelps do that. Like we just heard about it after the fact. You know what I'm saying? But if you seen him doing it on his way to the pool and shit, it's like, yo, fam, yeah, you're like the most decorated. What are you doing? But yeah, I don't. I hope he knock him out. Don't get me wrong. Like I know Mike is still that man. I wouldn't want to step in there if he had a cane. But you know what I mean. But yeah, Jake Paul, he's turning into a bit of a master manipulator as far as getting his bag. And is that's gonna be on Netflix? You said, right?
Yeah.
I hope Netflix got their live shit together because if this Love and Blind shit is live and that shit don't work, July's in jeopardy. You know what I mean? But I don't like it. I don't like is this sanctioned? Like, is this a real win for him?
I mean, honestly, man, I think a part of my question here is this the future of boxing? Because to your point, Jake Paul he's carved out a niche, he's carved out a name, and people are paying money to see stuff like this. And with a headliner like this, if you get the right undercards, people are gonna want to see this because boxing itself right now, like the form of boxing that we're used to, it's really
Yeah.
not that entertaining anymore. So now you get to see some of the names that you know actually go at it in a boxing match, right? There's no Twitter fingers, there's no nonsense on records or on social media. Y'all in the ring, duke it out. So hey man, I
I
don't
think
know.
I think Jake Paul has a back play where if he could keep another one or two of these going, he might advertise like a celebrity death match situation. Like you remember the old Clay cartoon that MTV did once upon a time where
Yeah.
famous people just kind of put the gloves on for a little bit. I think this is where it might be where the future of boxing go, where a celebrity calls another celebrity, me, you, next celebrity death match, 3 rounds. What's up? You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, yo, sign up. We can make this happen. But I don't want to see this fight, but I'm gonna watch it.
Oh shit.
I don't want to see it, but I will watch it though.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I wonder how much Netflix is paying him because he's used to that pay-per-view money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So Netflix must have came out. They must have came out big for this one.
Yeah, they had a lot of sponsors in the back pocket they pulled out for this one. But I don't know, man. Hey, and I did see some earlier. His brother, not Jake Paul. What's the other Paul brother name? Uh, the other one, right?
You got
Well,
me.
I saw somewhere where he was introduced to the idea first of fighting Mike Tyson, but he turned it down because like, yo, it's Mike Tyson. That's crazy. I'm not fighting him. And the brother Jake was like, bro, that's Mike Tyson. I'm fighting him. Like, you know what I mean? Like they had the same Logan. Tell you stay on time. But Logan Paul. But I believe he had the I guess the paperwork in play first to do it, but he backed out. So now Jake stepped up and took care of it. But I don't want to see this fight, man. I don't want to see this fight at all.
I got you, man. Next up, man, Saquon Barkley. This one hurts my heart. We're gonna get into a little bit more later, but he signed with the Eagles, 3 years, 37 million. Man, I'm hurt. I'm so hurt. I I understand this is business, but Saquon Barkley is. I think he's a phenomenal talent. I think the Giants did him wrong here, man, and we'll see how things go with his career in the Eagles. But I feel like the Giants got this one wrong.
Absolutely. I guess it's weird. Like the last half of the season, it felt like a score lover. You kind of seen the signs. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting as many carries as you used to. You know what I'm saying? The yak isn't what it looked like this time last year. You know, but to go with how do you feel about him going to the other side though? Really, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like,
yeah, that's what we're gonna get into later because that fits
uh,
into our main topic about why
uh,
you mad though. But yeah, I got a lot to say when it comes to
uh,
that.
some more football news. I saw Baker Mayfield, man. He's somehow, like, don't get me wrong, he had a decent season. You know what I mean? But somehow he's getting close to a new 3 year 100 milli out there with the Bucks, with half of that being guaranteed. My boy, like, did you see that kind of extension happening for Baker Mayfield? Pause.
Not that kind of deal. I definitely didn't see that kind of deal, but I definitely saw the Buccaneers saying, "Why not?" And we've seen the transition of the value of the quarterback. I don't have to tell you this, right? Before it was unheard of for a rookie to come right into the league and start right away. And I'm not gonna act like I remember who exactly broke the mold, but I kind of feel like Aaron Rodgers is somewhere in that mix of one of the first QBs that probably wait like a year or two before they got into the starting role. Now, what we're literally seeing is serviceable quarterbacks now. We don't need anybody that's great. We just need you to get the ball out of your hand into the receivers in the best way you know how, and we'll spend money around you.
Listen,
It
you don't gotta be Brady. We just need a game manager,
That's it.
right?
That's it. And I think his attitude, his work ethic, and to your point, the season, and God, the only other thing I'm leaving out is his agent. I think that's what landed him this deal.
All right. But shouts to Baker, man. I don't know. I do have a fear as far as it just feels like when some people get the deal, the production drops. I don't know why. It just feels like that with a certain amount of people. But I really hope he's not that guy this time around because I felt like he really climbed out of a hole to get where he was at this moment. So shouts to him. Just hope more success. Shit, he got 50 guaranteed, so it's already success. Just got to show up now at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And then over to Russell Wilson, man. This one here, I know we talked about we didn't know where he was gonna land. It's looking like he plans to sign a 1 year deal. I don't know if it's already executed, but 1 year deal with the Steelers, man. How you feeling about this?
Two ways about it. I don't know if the deal is finalized with the sales. I think it's like 98% done. You know what I'm saying? Because they're getting him for a steal when Denver has to pay him 38 mil anyway just to show up. So it don't even matter, right? They're kind of getting a steal on that end. But me, I got to retract my statements from last week, man. I did this brother foul. Like, I've been a witness to his whole career, and I still didn't see this coming. I didn't witness this part of the situation happening where he gets a third job. You know what I mean? But I thought somebody would come get him. First, second week of the season. Hey, our star's hurt.
Yeah.
Still want to play, kind of thing. But hey, I think he'll be out in Pittsburgh. I think him and my Mike over there, Mike Tom. It'll be cool to see him. Get a black on black. You know what I mean? So how it goes. You know what I mean? I'm down. Hopefully he'll be all right. The fans over there are gonna treat him good. I say that.
Okay. And then we got Kirk Cousins to the Falcons, man. I didn't see this one coming. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know who his agent is, but that boy gets some buku bucks every time it's deal time. Every time they say, "Yo, Kirk, you got that pen on you?" Yeah, I do. Like you know what I'm saying? Like his contract negotiation skills is par. You know what I mean? He's always above the standard as far as what you should be getting paid as a quarterback. But I don't know. I kind of feel that way about the Kirk Cousins Falcons move because the money they gave him, I think Lamar last year was asking for a little bit more than that. But this was healthy Lamar. This is MVP. This was off of MVP run Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't think he was good enough. Mike Vick 3.0 was, what I mean, could have got it going for y'all, but Kirk coming off a whole surgery and you know what I'm saying? It's like a little bit less money, but a lot of it guaranteed still. I'm just like, I don't know where y'all alliance is at, but hey, shout out to Kirk, man. I hope he's ready week 1. You know what I'm saying? But welcome to ATL, my boy.
Yeah, man. It's a tricky business, man. Tricky business. All right, take us into quick news, brother. What's going on out here?
Listen. Hey, I fancy the old Airbnb app every so often. Out of town, catching a flight, hotel kind of pricey. Airbnb it, no problem. But Airbnb is banning the use of indoor security cameras in listings globally starting April 30th. Hosts will no longer be allowed to have these devices inside their properties. My question for you: when you heard starting April 30th, what came to mind? It's like,
Oh man, I just
starting April 30th? Like I gotta
yeah.
wait. I gotta wait a whole month and a half if I got a reservation this month. Like,
Yeah. That sucks, man. Especially if your last day is the 30th. It's like they right behind you coming to remove the cameras. Like
mm-hmm.
it's man. I mean, I kind of feel bad for the Airbnb people, but I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes shit just gets crazy and it's like that's one of your
Yeah,
defenses on what happens. But
yeah,
if I rent a place, I do like some privacy, man. So
yeah.
mm,
Yeah, like if you like you just said, like if you're the renter, you want your privacy. But if you're the rentee, it's like, fam, I lost the couch last time niggas was here. Like, I
yeah,
gotta, I gotta chill. Like, I need to figure out who did this when they did it. So it's
that's
only
a
in the
fact.
living room. You know what I mean? But
That's a
yeah,
fact.
that's nasty, man. Because I know a lot of people probably took advantage of that situation. And
Oh
I
yeah,
hope,
absolutely.
nasty work, nasty work.
Hmm. All right, man. So it's about that time where we talk about. I'm not a doctor. I just play one here on FCP. First things first, I want to talk about 14 New York hospitals that earned health grades in 2024 honors for patient safety and patient experience. So let me just get to my notes. All right. So, just two facilities in New York actually got both honors. That's for patient experience and patient safety. Hospital for Special Surgery and White Plains Hospital. So that's always really cool, right? You want safety and great patient experience. Hell of a combination. So the other hospitals that were recognized, it was 9 institutions that ranked high for patient safety alone. That's 5 Northwell Health sites, Huntington Hospital, Lexington Hill Hospital, Long Island Jewish Medical Center, North Shore University Hospital, and Plainview Hospital. If you don't know, Northwell is one of the biggest institutions. I believe they're now merging with Nuvance Health. So that's going to extend them to like a 25 hospital entity. Really, really crazy work. That guy, Michael Dowling, their CEO, is doing great stuff over there. And the remaining facilities that performed well are Mount Sinai Morningside, New York Presbyterian, Brooklyn Methodist Hospital, New York City Health and Hospitals, Queens, and St. Anthony Community Hospital in Warwick, Mather Hospital, Adirondack Medical Center, Saranac Lake, and St. Francis Hospital and Heart Center performed well in patient experience. So this is good to know, man, because as you maneuver through the hospitals here in the city, you want to make sure that when you show up, man, there's a lot of safety, there's an awesome patient experience. So getting these honors, man, just wanted to recognize that real quick.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Got to get to a hospital that actually helps. Don't want to go to them other ones, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. And then just some extra news, man, and this is really good, especially being in Women's History Month. New York City is investing 25 million in the Navy Yard incubator for women and minority owned health and beauty businesses. Now, this is big because the project, and I'm not joking, the project is called AYO Labs, AYO Labs. Not fucking with you. Real shit.
He's like, real news, real news.
um, but it's nearly a 40,000 square foot space in Brooklyn Navy Yard that will offer Black, Indigenous, and people of color, women owned companies, workspace, and developmental opportunities. Now, it's designed for 100 health and beauty entrepreneurs to grow their businesses. But the key stat they want you to know here is that while Black consumers make up 11% of spending on wellness and beauty products, companies founded or owned by Black people only make up 2.5% of the industry's revenue. So if you watch all of our episodes, we're tying all of this stuff together, right? Last week, we were talking about hiring people who are working on diverse initiatives to make sure that everyone has equal opportunity to make this money. So this is a really good program that is actually being, I believe Eric Adams has some money in this, and the city's looking forward to this. And I believe, Kenny, the architectural company that's working on this is a black woman owned company,
Best
RF
believe it.
Wilkins. Yeah.
Better believe it.
So it's really good, man. Really good stuff happening in Brooklyn.
That's what's up, man. I ain't gonna lie, Mayor Adams, like I don't know where he's getting his money from, but every time he pulls it out, pulls it's for something. It's in a POC kind of fulfilled house. You know what I'm saying? He's not that he's looking out for his own, but I just hope my kids ain't paying for these taxes like 15, 20 years. Like he said, you know that term way back in the 2020 era. I was like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you know what I mean? But shouts to him, man. He keeps finding the bank.
Yeah, nah, that's a fact, man. That's definitely a fact. But yeah, listen, as we transition, I think it's so important, you know what I'm saying? Number one, to recognize everybody that's still here with us. So shout outs to y'all. Shout outs to everybody that's with us on the other platforms. We are in a very contentious time where everybody seems really mad, man. I mean, we've been talking about the celebrities that are going on Club Shay Shay. We're talking about the celebrities that are going on live that are just trying to air out other people's business or be very judgmental. And most recently, there's a couple things that have stood out so much to Kenny and I that we were like, we gotta talk about it. And what better way to talk about it than with our FCP family here? So I think the first place we should start is where we just left off with the FCP Sports Corner. Saquon Barkley choosing the Philadelphia Eagles set social media ablaze. And the most significant comments came from Tiki Barber. Kenny, when you being a football fan, playing the sport, when you see an old head like Tiki Barber reach out to a young, gifted man like Saquon and pretty much just try and vilify him for making a decision for himself, how does that make you feel?
So I need to grow up, man. New times, new money, new bags, man. I'm sorry. Like it wasn't as if I'm coming off a Super Bowl season. Like you know what I'm saying? Just I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta look out for me and mine. I don't know how much longer these knees got. Had a couple surgeries on them. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make sure in the event, you know, I get Aaron Rodgers on the first week of the game. I'm all right. I'm covered. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be stuck out there. You know. And it's a fickle world for our running backs in the NFL, man. Every job isn't guaranteed. Every contract ain't really guaranteed.
Yeah.
So you gotta get it how you live, man. I'm sorry it's Philly, but I ain't choose Philly. They chose me. You know I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But he gotta understand. He has to understand that it's a business. I'm not sure if he's still involved on the I guess the other side of the field as far as NFL goes. Whether he's in leadership role or doing any sort of coaching. I think he might be broadcasting here or there. But as an old Giant alumni, you gotta just say, hey, we appreciate your time, your service. Good luck, you know what I mean? But you know, polite F you, respectfully. You know what I mean? And then just let it go. But you can't attack this character. You know what I'm saying? That it's not that serious. I hope it's not that serious. What was your thoughts when he said that?
I understood where he was coming from. You know, Tiki Barber's Old Testament. You know, in his era, they moved completely different. And to your point, right? It wasn't all about the business back then. It was about the grit. It was about the game. Them boys did not like each other. And it's still kind of there now, except the business has changed, also to your point. But little too much sauce on that one, man. I think Saquon is a good dude. He gave us everything he had. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He ain't never sit out a game because he didn't want to play. He was not playing because he was hurt. And to do that last season, not getting his money, not having any certainty, to your point, pretty much just watching the season end and knowing that this is probably the end, he carried himself with class. He never, you know, made the Giants organization look bad as far as I remember. It's gonna suck to see him in Philly green. Not gonna lie, that hurts. But totally understand it, man. Hey, listen, sometimes you got to choose the rival to really stick it back to him. I don't know.
It happens like that. It happens like that.
And Tanya said, Tiki, you mean like he did retiring mid-season? I hear that with the clap
He,
back.
he was on he was on a break, Tanya. He was on a break. Don't count when you're on a break.
hmm
Oh man.
Now, with this Saquon situation, we're gonna take all of these situations and make them a little personal, right? So here we go. We are going to compare Saquon leaving the Giants to go to the Eagles. It's almost like breaking up with your current partner to date their best friend.
Mm.
It's nasty work because it's personal, but at the end of the day, decisions got to be made and somebody going to be hurt at the end of the day.
Maybe the grass was greener. I don't know.
Pun
Who am I to
intended.
judge? Who am I to judge?
But yeah, man, that now imagine that situation, right? You you break up with your current partner, and then a week later you pop up with the best friend.
She lost 2 bodies in a week. Damn. She got to eat that. She got to move on. That hurts. Like
You
I
know what I'm
lost my
saying?
man and my bestie, and they
Y'all
know
both,
all my favorite spots.
yeah. You see both of them walking out of Chick-fil-A with a smile on their face. Like that's some nasty work, bro.
Yeah, to see your ex man and your ex best friend never happier. When they say when they're together now, it's like, yeah, I've never seen y'all smile this much. Fuck y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Our personal relationships, y'all never laughed. I never seen the back of your teeth on your smiles like that. What the fuck
Bruh.
was all this about?
You start looking back at all those moments when they were arguing, like, oh, so y'all niggas was flirting in front of me. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's not, yeah, you start, your whole hamster on your wheel start going into turbo mode. It's like,
bro,
oh, you
that's
don't want that. That's nasty
that's
work. You don't want that.
all right. So next we're gonna transition to Drea Michelle and Jalen Green. Rumors of the baby on the way. I think it's official, right? I think she got like photos out there, pregnant and all
Ready?
that.
All right. You know, it's not like it's a body she can't claim. You know what I'm saying? That one's hers. She's pregnant. You know what I mean? But I got 1 to 3 scenarios for you, though, real quick.
Okay,
You think she's robbing the cradle? You think it's just 2 adults, in their sexual prime,
bro,
or
22. Bro,
that's just
22.
I think young 20s is a male sexual prime time though.
Listen, man, you put yo, hold on, because I remember being 22. Nigga.
Yeah,
He know what the hell he doing. You know what I'm saying? When you're
yeah.
22, you may not be making the best decisions in your life, but you know what you're doing. And at this point, I don't see that man frowning one bit. You know what I'm saying? That man looked like he done found the woman of his dreams and he made sure he kept her ass. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's robbing the cradle, man. I don't.
All right, all right.
that
Like
eye that eye looks shaky.
like like when you come home and your son busting your new baby father ass in PS5, it's like, yo, what you doing? Like, what are we doing out here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not watching your brother or your son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Hey, to each his own, man. To each his own. But
Yeah.
they both got to be winning because it's got to be a blissful situation.
Absolutely, absolutely. But what has been really disgusting to see is there have been several people getting on their platforms and talking about the old Drea, the old things I guess they heard her do or claiming that they did things with her.
It's not.
That to me, that is some of them. That's some really corny shit, man. Like I don't care what you did with somebody in the past. If you see them moving forward, this is just really disgusting shit. Cause homegirl is trying to move the hell on, and you got grown men getting on social media and just trying to vilify her for some shit that happened years ago.
I can't even say she's trying to move on. She has moved on. She's about 15 years removed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if there's a better definition of moving on as far as, I guess, an old lifestyle that might have caught her path at one point. But having that conversation on a live platform like that, it's just nasty work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some things are just best, to the imagination. But giving details to that thought at this time of her life is just, it's just nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Jalen wanted to be reactionary in this situation. Not that he has all right, but he would be in the wrong too, even though he's upset about it. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, man, she had a past before you, so it sucks that past is coming to the light. But Jesus, it's my baby mom's, bro. Like you know what I mean? So it's a lot of lines crossing, but that one that they did, they shouldn't have crossed it all, bro.
Yeah, man. So no double standard. That's all I see. Um, hey, listen,
She robbing a cradle time. No.
no, I totally get where you coming from, Tanya. I mean, hey, listen, you know what I mean? Like, I just hope we can get away from the whole gender war shit. You know what I mean? I really feel like people are just in love with the old you, especially if they starting to see progress. They're seeing you trying to, I want to say, excel past the shit that held you back. And then they just release this stuff, and it's just kind of like, what's the goal?
Yeah.
Now you know, and this is too easy, but now you know somebody did that to their daughter, to their sister, whatever. He's ready to raise hell.
Facts.
It'll never make sense to me. Never makes sense to me. People are always going to be in love with the old you, and this is just a classic example of that shit. But then people want to turn around and want respect.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I think Jay. So was a Jay-Z bar, right? It's he told you to go listen to his old shit. He's not going because he's not going back to that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't relive that life that I had. But if he was that much of a fan of it, thank God for artists who can go back and press play on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Like but that kind of old work is something that should never be revisited. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right. Another topic that I caught over the week, man. Cash apping money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know when this became a thing. I'm up there in age, people, so randomly cash apping people money ain't really a thing that I do. Right? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm a Zelle guy. You know what I'm saying? If I do want to make sure that, my wife doesn't get mad because I got home a little late, maybe I'll send a little extra money through Zelle. Maybe.
That's random.
You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely a random Jezebel son.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a justification, right? But the real that I saw, and of course it's joking, but dude randomly sends her homegirl $30. And she's pissed because it's just $30. If somebody randomly send you money, what's the argument?
It could have been $1. Like, all you get is a double tap emoji. Like, yo, thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's definitely going towards the cash app balance. Like, you know what
That's
I mean?
it.
Jeez, how you mad? Yeah, she had was she expecting to get something specifically in return, and 30 wasn't enough? Like, it didn't cover it. Like, what was there any detail to it?
So the real was he was just sending her $30. Like, you know what I'm saying? He knows that she goes and gets lunch, sends her $30. She's like, yeah, but that's not enough. He's like, the fuck you talking about? Like, what are you trying to go get for lunch that you need more than $30?
Yeah, it's lunch. Not, I can see if she said nail. I can see if she said nails.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or something with some significance. You got to add a third number to. But it was lunch, right, bro. Like, get the salad with the bad protein. You're still good. Like, it's like, how much more for the salad and shake? Like, what else are we eating today?
He said for the salad and shake. Yeah, nah. It's setting a crazy precedent because you got people out here that are randomly cash apping some ridiculous dollars, and then that's setting a new precedent. Like, oh yeah, if a dude gonna send me money, this is what I'm supposed to get, or this is what's reasonable. I don't subscribe to that shit for the slightest, and I'm not even out here in these streets. But it's crazy to think that that's what the streets are expecting.
Yeah, the streets and relationships, they expecting a lot. I did see one meme. It might have been a joke as well, but it was a girl. It's like, oh, I dumped my boyfriend because I got caught up watching TikTok life. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that he's supposed to be like supporting me more, like more trips, more this, more that. Turns out he was saving up money to to get his nephews out of foster care, some shit like that. And now he won't take me back. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yeah. It's like, there you gold digging bit. Now you know what I mean. Like, but I was just like people really be going in with expectations that they seen through a phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they
Yo.
assume it's like if I seen it on this little device, it's got to be real. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll never understand it, man. I see Tanya said 5 course lunch. It's like, listen,
Word.
$30, I could stretch that for maybe 2 days in the city. 2 days, like 2 days
Yeah.
max. And the city's
Yeah.
fucking expensive, but there's some places where you could get a good deal. Probably show my ID, shave off like $1 or two. It's not a lot, but it works.
Shit.
Um,
In the city with $30, that might be 3 days of coffee. Might. Just coffee though.
damn.
No
Oh shit,
snacks.
where you get your coffee from, bro?
I've
Damn.
been going to Starbucks.
Oh, you one of them like just a little top, just a little on the top.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Little
Pike
froth.
roast, you know what I mean? Pike roast, you know what I mean? A little cream on the side, you know what I mean? A little vanilla splash on there. Nothing crazy, you know what I'm saying? Just something to
I feel like
keep my
there's
day
like
going.
5 ingredients you're not telling me about.
Nah, you don't need to know about my, you know, my almond milk splash. You don't need to know about none of that. You don't need to know about none of that. You know what I mean? But
Yo.
yeah, Starbucks gets pricey, man.
Oh yeah, okay. Nah, me man, black 2 sugars, or probably get a little creamer in there and I'm out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? The little ladies in the little deli, they take care of me. And then I got my guy around the corner outside. You know what I'm saying? What's up to him? I know he's not watching this, but you know, still sending him shout out. He always has the coffee ready to go. Sometimes we run up a little credit with him, hit him off at the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? So I I've learned in the city, bro, if you want to have a satisfying meal, you need to
Bring,
know
bring it,
people
bring
and
it.
know how to fucking maneuver, man, other than bringing lunch.
I was gonna tell you, you got to bring that from the crib. 5 days a week. Woo. Yeah, you got to bring that from the crib. D is in the comments with professional girl math. She said, I know someone who used to receive the exact amount for manicures and pedicures. She was tight. She said she could pay it herself. D said, if it's 55, you got to round that off to 100, sir. Like, see what I'm saying? That's that crazy girl math. That's wild.
Yo, in the spirit of another Jay-Z bar, you don't want my money? Okay, you got it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I
yeah.
mean? You know, so if you can make it, go ahead and make it. You saying you
Mad,
made Hove, make another Hove. That's it.
mad at random money. That's crazy.
Exactly. Like I'll never get it, man. Like anybody who knows me knows that if I can get the best out of a situation, I'm gonna rock that shit until the situation's not there no more.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like it just works that way. And you got to be grateful. That's number one. And Tanya said it best. You got to be grateful for the opportunities where somebody is looking out for you, because not everybody got your best interest at heart. So if you got somebody that's doing that for you, be grateful.
For sure.
All right. All right. Next up, on a personal note, when it comes to relationships, there's different strokes for different folks. And I saw D said your line was age, so that line is like super age because that's probably from like my father's time. So I think where the main topic ties into this, as far as why you mad, I think we all need to kind of scale back our perspectives of how other people are finding their happiness, right? Just because somebody is deciding to take some very unique steps in their relationship, whether it's open, whether they have certain rules that they don't follow that you do, we shouldn't be too quick to pass judgment or try and regulate that person, because everybody has different interests. Everybody has different interests. And I think the word that we need to start introducing back into our vocabulary is grace. When do we stop giving each other the common grace to just live our lives and find our happiness in our own way? I don't know it. And then the other thing I think that's the hardest thing right now is we've lost the ability to disagree with each other. Like you can't tell someone, you know what, I really don't agree with that. I think that you should try something else. It should be all right to agree to disagree and walk away. It's a topic where we're not looking for an end game to change your behavior. We should be looking to understand each other. That's at least my opinion.
Now, see, this is where people get confused. Like when there is a disagreement, but we can't walk away, right? And now it's like, know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm having an argument with my cellmate. It's like, all right. It's like, okay, like you know what I mean? Like, lights out, door closed. You're like, we still mad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in some situations you really can't walk away from. So then what do? You know what I mean? What happens then?
I mean, that particular situation, that's just bad life choices. I'm gonna need
Oh yeah,
another
yeah, yeah.
analogy.
All right. You know, I
I
just
got
like I don't want to give the bear trap one, but just a situation you can't get out of. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
If there is two disagreements, agreeing to disagree may not solve the problem. So, like,
Oh, okay. So the only thing I could offer in that sense is it really a problem, or is it just an individual perspective that needs a destination? And I don't even know if that makes sense, but
I didn't get it.
as because so all right, so I'll give you a perfect example, right? If if I come into a relationship with a girl and her mindset is anytime that I go out, she wants to come with me
Mm-hmm.
because that's just the ideal thing, right? She always wants to be with her man. That's the relationship that she wants. It is what it is, right? In that particular situation now, it can either be a problem for me because I don't always want to go out with my woman, or it could be a moment of understanding. And if I really care about the person, it's not necessarily a problem if I'm willing to sit there and get to the understanding part. For me personally, that's the only thing I can go with when it comes to understanding. It's looking a challenge dead in the face and saying, this isn't really a problem for us. This is just a level where I think we need to talk about this, find a level of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can't find that level of understanding, then we understand that it doesn't work out.
When you had that conversation when you got your jacket on and your keys in hand, though, how's this going right now? It's like, yo, can we put a pause on this? Because I'm gonna be late. My Uber's outside. Can we? I don't want to dismiss your feelings, but can we talk about
Mhm.
this when I get back? It's like, oh, you got to
Yeah.
do it in this moment.
I mean, being if somebody brings up a conversation that they want to have for a long period of time when they know you're about to leave, that's
Let's
nasty
go.
work.
Let's
Like
go.
that's manipulative. That's like that's somebody with an agenda. They knew that they did not want to give you the chance. They were probably trying to ruin the fact that you were leaving to go out. That's probably exactly what it was. So in those situations, man, I think they're slowly trying to tell you that, yeah, you need to get out.
Those are low key toxic partner traits. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
you grab the keys. Are
Absolutely.
you going to see them bitches again? It's like, whoa. It's like, whoa. I'm taking out the trash. Be easy. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it keeps it spicy. Keeps things spicy.
Definitely, definitely. And the last one I'm gonna offer, and listen, man, I've been having a lot of fun today. We know that the Love Is Blind reunion is actually, I think, it's live right now. Um,
Watching this as a family. What we doing?
I've been under the chat calling for Team Clay, and listen,
Team. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm
Go ahead.
Team Clay, bro.
Finish your soliloquy. Go ahead, my man.
Team Clay, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Bro was honest the entire time. All right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. Bro was honest the entire time. He in the pods, he was all about her. I was getting slack in the comments talking about in the pods, he was making it seem like he liked AD. Then all of a sudden, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he's not ready for a relationship. Man, if I can't see you, but I'm listening to you and I'm feeling you, I'm into you. So of course, if you tell me you feeling somebody else, that's gonna throw me off. And then he's already got issues with relationships. All right, so fast forward. Proposes, they're dating. I think every other conversation, Kenny, he was like, I'm still working on myself. I'm still figuring myself out, but I see myself working on myself with you because we work together.
Yeah,
And then the
yeah.
smile. You know what I'm saying? But when they got to the altar, bro, you saw it in his face. Like I've never seen the most awkward smile and grin. I can't even replay that shit. That's how awkward it was. You knew he wasn't ready. Like you saw it in his face. And for everybody to just be like, nah, he was what I saw manipulative. He was selfish. He shouldn't have showed up if he was gonna say no. Like what? I thought that was the boldest move that you could do, to stand on that altar, look her in the face, and say no. That's that. You know how much guts that takes. That's
Um,
crazy. I'm
I
Team
don't need,
Clay, bro.
I don't know if I call that guts. I don't know if I call that guts. I don't agree. I don't agree with none of that he did that last episode. Like, I know he had his trials and tribulations leading up to it, but have like if you're not confident, why he talk to his people, his boys with mad confidence, like, yo, she the one, she made me a better me. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna fake the funk, fake the funk. But now you got to go to your homeboys that like you're not breaking up with. You know what I'm saying? And then we got to have a conversation.
Yeah.
I guess like your fam. So all that shit from last week, like, nah, like, you know what I mean? Like, where are you today? You know what I mean? Like, you sound ready. You know what I mean? When we was getting the ties and shit, but you waited till this moment. Like, I called out of work for this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it felt like it was just so much other stuff he could have did, but. I don't know if you want to get into it now, but the whole AD with his moms and pops, that was gold. That was pure gold.
No, yeah, definitely. But all right, so let's not act like the moment of standing on the altar is the same as talking to your boys. They pale in comparison. Me and you both know this because we've stood on an altar.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference between me telling you I'm going to marry this woman and then standing on that altar and saying yes. Now, in our positions, we had mad time with our women, so it was pretty much solidified at that point. Bro had a couple months to deal with past trauma, work past that, generally found a bond with her, but in all honesty, was still not ready. So we're saying that because he said that he's not ready, that was not guts. What was it?
I don't know. I call it. I think I put it in the selfish column. Like, he knew he wasn't ready when he signed on the contract. He knew he wasn't ready when he got on the flight to go to the pods. He knew he wasn't ready when he was cycling through these chicks. He knew he wasn't ready when he found one chick he might feel more comfortable with. He knew he wasn't ready when he was having conversations in the honeymoon like destination type situation before the marriage. Like, he always had these regrets, but he kept going forward with this regretful kind of aura. So I just think he just ran out of time as far as, oh, you need an answer today? All right. I was all cool with, like, rolling the dice. Nah, then get a 6-shot, give me the dice back, give me the dice back. Now, I mean, I'm saying I get another one this time, but it's like, yo, this is your last roll. He's like, all right, I'm going to say nah. Like, he was just there for the ride, and everybody signed up in order for that ride to continue. You know what I mean? If it didn't genuinely work out, that's one thing. But you giving me all the signs that it is working out to get to this point, even with your trauma that it sounded like they spoke about, and she was happy to try to get over that hump with him somehow, some way by being the perfect person to him. That was a wild move to pull, man. That was a wild move.
I mean, it sounds like assumption because he said no. You saying all of that about he wasn't ready when he first signed up and all of that. It sounds like assumption because he's never said that. It's an assumption that you have from the answer that he gave at the altar.
He gave clues throughout the whole show.
That
my dad cheated on my mom. I was in places I shouldn't have been. But those weren't new feelings. They didn't happen the day before they met. They happened before you signed that contract. They happened in all the past relationships that he was in before he signed that contract to enter the show.
So he should have
having baggage. Concealed them? No, he should not have signed on to be on the show. He wasn't ready.
Why not?
He wasn't ready.
Why not? How do you know? He was going through the process.
Because he said no. Because he said no.
At the end on the altar, he wasn't ready when he was going through the process. Everything told you that he wasn't ready when he was going through the process.
Bro, if I got a 1600 on my SATs, I get accepted to Harvard. I beg my moms and dad for the loan. I get the loan. I book my room and board. I get off the plane. I get there. They give me my keys. They gave me my transcript. I go, nah, I ain't ready for Harvard. And turn around and go home. That's cool.
That's cool. That's a totally different thing, man.
If you're committing to something, you're telling everybody, your peers around you, that you're committing to something. Mm-hmm. And even though nobody in my family went to college, I got some trauma with that. but I'm going through it. I'm taking all the steps I can to get there. I finally get there.
I didn't
Everything's
hear
laid
the
out
trauma.
for you.
I didn't hear the trauma. I didn't
Trauma
hear the
of
trauma.
the trauma of nobody in my family going. Are you talking about with Clay or college?
You just mentioned that. You just mentioned the trauma of nobody going to college. I didn't know there was trauma in the first time.
I'm adding trauma that nobody in the family went to college.
Okay. So you're adding trauma that nobody.
Story.
Okay.
Same story.
All right. It's disappointing. It's disappointing, but in the moment they weren't ready.
Who's they? What do you mean?
The person that was going to Harvard. They weren't ready in the moment to go to Harvard. Like, I get it. I totally get it. It's for someone to make a drastic decision from, let's say, our 30,000 foot view of everything that they've gone through. It looks like they were not ready. And I'm just going to go back to the grace part of it, right? There's a whole point of, if somebody in the face of a moment that's very big to them says no, we don't care about how they probably felt in the moment. We care about the answer and how it makes us feel, and then we start to pass judgment. I mean, if we continue to do that, then I don't know what we're supposed to do. I really don't know what we're supposed to do. Is it disappointing? Absolutely. I think absolutely.
Could have tried harder. I still think I could have tried harder. It's like having LeBron in your team all year long. They get to Game 7 finals, and he just stopped playing in the fourth. Like, what? It's like, yo, bro, you don't want to finish this game? It's like, we need you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. But we shall see. I can't wait to see this reunion. I don't know if it's gonna be live or not, but definitely after this.
I agree.
I don't know. I'm still on daylight time, so I might not even catch it. But but it's on the agenda. It's on the agenda.
You agree? Listen, I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, playing, and I see the comments, playing with emotions. I agree. He wasn't ready for marriage. Oh man. This is a tough crowd. this is a tough crowd.
we just logical, man. We just logical.
Because so here's the kicker, right? If he says yes and it doesn't work out,
you tried.
Then we're like,
he tried.
Why didn't he? Okay, that's one answer. Or the other answer, which I probably would have heard a lot, was he should have said no.
He shouldn't have signed the contract. I'm stopping it there. I'm stopping it way before that.
I mean, we all know this whole reality show has just become a pathway for exposure, right? So it's always exactly. It's always a roll of the dice. So
Airbnbs have been sold out since.
Exactly. Absolutely. So in this particular sense, it's almost just like, if we know that this is a pathway, and we know that, to everybody's point that they make it here, and to your point that he was dropping hints the entire time, right? If he says yes, then what are we saying if they show up to the reunion and now they're like, they're not together? Because we've seen that happen plenty of times with Love Is Blind.
And we're cool with that.
No, we're not. No, we are not.
I'm way cool. I'm way cooler than me being invested these 8 episodes for you to say, yeah, like, oh, that's what's up. They really did it. 2 weeks later, they broke up. What? It's crazy. I thought they were the one. Whatever. I'm moving on my day. But at least know they got to the finish line and they both crossed it in union to some extent. What happened beyond that? Hey, whatever. But man. but and that's another thing. If he did this for the pedestal effect, understandable. But to drag that woman through that queen, she was doing all she could. She was doing all she could.
Hold on. All right. So
what? She was a Jezebel. So what? She was a Jezebel. She was doing all she could.
I love that you said that, right? Drug her. Now let's remember, and I know y'all gonna hate me for saying this, 2 people participated in this. Okay, if he was dropping so many hints that he wasn't ready, why she ain't walk away?
Because he signed the contract. She thought she
was. I'm just saying there's two sides to it. She should have saw the signs, and you know what? This is probably the comfort of her past relationships. He probably exhibited a lot of those traits of dudes that she's dated in the past. And I hate to say it, ladies, but sometimes I got that hero syndrome.
Hey, she
Yeah,
said she did. She said she did.
yeah, you know what I'm
She said she did.
saying? You turn these men into projects, and
Mm-hmm.
you think you're going to be the one that's going to turn them into the man that you've always wanted, and you're going to be like, "Yep,
Mm-hmm.
I did that."
Mm-hmm. And and
Hey,
and
man,
and hey, signing that contract, she dropped her shoulders a little bit. She's like, hey, he passed the psyche eval. Maybe he might be ready for this after all. Maybe
got to keep your shoulders
maybe
up,
he
baby.
your
It's a full
shoulders up.
contact sport.
He said, word, no equipment. You got to be careful, baby. Watch your six. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where she definitely dropped the shoulders. She's like, no, he passed the psyche eval. Like, he got to be all right, right? Right? Nah, he's Dexter off camera, bro. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You don't know what he's doing on that boat. Like,
Nah, but y'all right, man. He wasn't ready. We just like to have fun on this show.
yeah. It keeps it going. It keeps it going.
Y'all are 100% right. As my wife snitched on me in the chat. I've been saying it from the beginning. He wasn't ready. She didn't believe he was gonna say no. I said he's gonna say no. He wasn't ready the entire time. And you know, Kenny's absolutely right. We just love this debate shit because it makes the show fucking fun.
Like, but you know what I knew is like I thought he was gonna say yes right until I heard the beat drop on the in between the transition. I was like, nah, why they switch the tune up like that? Oh, it's bad news. This is like when it's like when Freddy Krueger's about to come out. It's a rap for this shorty.
Kenny, tell me the last time you did this.
Oh man, I was faking it.
Maybe when you first had like your first kid, you were like,
your newborn's beautiful.
You know what I mean? Like
fresh out the womb.
Yeah, I ain't never seen no man make that face. So the minute he did that look in her, I was like, yeah, this nigga about to say no.
and I still had a glimpse of hope. I was like, hey, maybe he's still. I'm like, he signed the contract. He passed the second eval. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, let's no, definitely. Let's move through this because I already know I'm about to get the hey man, we watching this shit or what?
Word.
All right. So moving through everything, man, just some quick movies, a TV show, and music recommendations, man. Netflix, The Gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to D for recommending this one. This show is dope, brother. I think it's based in the UK and has an interesting twist on inheritance and being in a certain type of life. But I loved it. It was comical from the beginning, a lot of plot twists, but it was really good, man. Make sure y'all check that out. And on a more somber note on Netflix, there is a documentary called The Program. It's a story about cults and just some really nasty work that was going on at this school. I believe it's called Ivy Ridge. And literally what they were doing to these kids, first of all, how they got the kids to the school, then what happened to the kids in the school, it's very hard to watch. You know what I'm saying? Especially now having a son, but just knowing that the only way these kids made it there was because their parents felt like they needed to go there. I'm gonna let y'all watch it, man, but it was messed up. Shout out to my wife for putting me onto this. She's been following your wife into this criminal stuff, man. You know, I don't like the impact that y'all having on our TV selections.
Hey man, watch your bleach levels in that bottle, man.
Bruh.
Just saying, I'm just throwing it out there, man.
I've been coughing the last 2 days, man. I'm nervous.
Twice this week I've woken up to How to Kill Your Husband docs. I'm like, yo, fam. I'm like, you're not even watching it on mute with subtitles. You just letting the volume blare. I'm like, yo. Like,
I ain't gonna. You know what? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I had a carrot cake cupcake the other day. Tasted kind of funny. It did. It had a funny aftertaste, man.
Hello, bleachy thing to it. little pine saw ting to it. It's a lot of lemon, no? A lot of lemon in this carrot cake.
Oh my god, man! Oh my god.
Speaking of shows, there is one show I didn't put on the doc, but there is one show that I started to watch on Hulu actually called Shogun. My boy FLF told us about it in the chat, but it's pretty dope so far. It takes place in like early civilization, where a foreigner comes to town and they've never even seen anyone not look like them in the town they're in. You know what I mean? So a lot of questions, a lot of investigation. There's a language barrier, but once they start to break through that, the foreigner starts, giving them tips and tools to the trade to how to be better settlers, better
Mhm.
people, so to speak. You know what I mean? But it's getting pretty good though. Shogun on Hulu. I fucks with it so far.
All right. Sounds good, man. Talk to us, man. New
On the
music?
music, yeah, on a music tip, not really new music, but there was a what do you call? I guess the early rollout, so to speak, for Mr. Kanye West's and Kim Kardashian's oldest, Northwest. Uh, stated she was in the studio working on her debut album called Elementary School Dropout. Like,
Genius.
I got a few questions. Like, I do want to know if Kanye is charging for beats or not. Like, I'm curious. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, am I charging you money that I gave you a long time ago that you just give it back to me now, or I'm doing this I'm doing this off the strength. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but you can't hold me to deadlines. Like, it has to be a lot of rules on that situation. But
Yeah.
shouts to her, man. Shouts to her.
No, I mean you called it, man. I think you spoke about her rapping on stage with him not too long ago and having a future as far as being an artist.
Mhm.
But I'm pretty sure whatever way that Kanye can get the biggest tax write-off to support this project, he's gonna go that route. That's for sure.
She's an employee. Like, employee. Yeah. Whatever she made, write that off. Employee, please.
That's it. That's it, man.
What else? That's all I really got for. I don't really not too much in the music tip.
All right, man. So we do have some next episodes that will be dropping soon. Yes. Shout out to Ross and John for joining us, man. It was great to talk to the guys, man. See all the great work that they're doing with the youth. And then, of course, we're gonna drop a nice little bonus edition for y'all. So be on the lookout for that this weekend, man.
Sure.
Anything else you want to tell them before we get out of here? Oh yeah, I see you got some more stuff here. What's going on?
All right. Listen, man. I know you're a doctor. You know what I mean? Here on the FCP, I understand that. But for a quick outro question, I might need you to put your lawyer hat on if you have one. I know you got a lot of hats. Like, you know but in layman's terms or in proper court language, like, what's the difference between like freaky and like Diddy freaky? Like, where's the line drawn there as far as a court situation is?
It might be invisible.
You know what I mean?
It depends on how much money you got in your account. That line gets thinner and thinner.
Right. It's not even gray no more. It's just gone.
Nah, it's transparent.
It's just gone. Like, I can see.
Nah, bro.
I can see you. Oh shit! But yeah, I'm just curious to know, like, because I know he's I don't know if I'm gonna get another Diddy album, but yeah, he's just he's going through it on a legislation side of things. Wishing the best, But I hope nobody's freaky past comes back to them in this way, shape, or form, man. That's nuts. High life. You say you gotta ask Kels. He had a phone calls. High life. He's not taking no more.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. It's Kel's not even. Oh man, it's crazy to think how things have gotten the way to where they are. High life as do we think Diddy is cooked? I don't think so.
Medium. Not well done.
It's a medium.
Medium. Not you know what I mean, not rare, you know what I mean, not well done, but I mean outside's crispy, man. It's getting there.
Crispy, man. I think without and trust me, I hope it doesn't exist, right? Without like footage, and this is just me, pictures of like some wild stuff. He's dancing around the fire. You know what I mean? He's definitely dancing around the fire doing his Diddy bop. If anybody drops like solidified like 4K, that's Diddy doing some wild stuff. Yeah, man, it's the countdown.
I don't think they got 4K on Diddy. Between him and the security team, like he might have a lot of loose lips, but no footage. I don't think he got any footage. I think the only person that might have had footage was Cassie. She's out of here.
Right. She got the bread already. She put all the tapes away.
He's like, oh wait, that was her Boost mobile phone? Shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but I think everybody else, yeah, you got to see me in court.
Yeah. Absolutely. High life set. Come on, you know the images are on the way. Man, listen, I am going to be the one that always says innocent until proven guilty because unfortunately for black men, it's the other way around.
Yeah,
So until I see it, man, you know what I mean? It's allegations. Allegations.
yeah, at its finest.
All
Oh man.
right then, man. It's been good, brother. Another Wednesday. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. About to go check out this Love Is Blind reunion. Who knows,
Yeah,
man? We might have to jump back on here soon and talk about that. That shit gonna be spicy.
whoever gets to the last 5 minutes first, text the other one, man.
I know, right?
Let you know my status.
Hell yeah, man. We appreciate y'all. Have a good night, and we will see y'all next Wednesday.
Yes, sir.